Laco is with us in the studio to tell us today's weather forecast.
Now, I've been really excited, to be outside walking around where it's not unbearably hot.
I am too, but let's send it to Linda to get the rest of the weather for the day.
Thanks, ladies. This week the sun is taking a little break, but don't worry, you could still go outside and get some fresh air. Taking a look out on the Pentacrest, today we'll see partly cloudy skies with the high in the upper 70s with the low in the mid 50s. Tonight the temperature is staying in the mid 50s, so make sure to take a look outside and see that waxing gibbous moon. It's going to be a rising Sagittarius.
Thanks, Linda.
Thanks, Linda. Now, a brutal civil war, it continues in Sudan, and Iowa City is taking action through protest. DITV News Director Kayla Smith tells us the message organizers are trying to send.
A small protest broke out on the Pentacrest on Saturday. The reason? The civil war in Sudan.
I'm standing here to raise the witness.
The conflict began in 2023 between the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces. Today, food and aid is being blocked in Al-Fashir in southwestern Sudan.
People in Sudan are literally dying for no reason, and they're surviving food. They have no food, they have no water, and they are literally dying from hunger.
Several protesters held signs showing the effects of hunger on Sudanese children. The World Food Program says over 24 million people in the country are facing acute hunger.
Most of them are starving because they're cutting off the food source and the water source. They don't have any clean water.
Protesters were joined by city councilors who spoke out against the current crisis in Sudan.
The UNICEF has called Al-Fashir the epicenter of children suffering. Imagine a city where children are starving, hospitals are being bombed, and families are crying out for help.
Protesters were angry but also sad at the current state of Sudan, which for many of them is also their home.
It is not hyperbole to say that every Sudanese person I see is blood to me. It's blood to everyone here. You see, that's why we're here protesting.
Organizers hope to continue to raise awareness for Sudan through more events like this one. From the University of Iowa, Kayla Smith, DITV.
University of Iowa Healthcare has reported a data breach affecting over 200,000 patients. A cybercriminal was able to see and take copies of data files with patient information. This includes patient names, dates of birth, medical record numbers, providers, types of visit, insurance information, and dates of service. UI Community Home Care restored its systems within 1 business day. And UIHC mailed written notices Friday apologizing for the incident and promising to strengthen their systems.
The Burlington Bridge renovations are seeing some movement. It's just one of the bridges that connects the west and east sides of campus. The structure consists of 2 bridges and a dam, all owned by different public entities, complicating the renovation process. The city hired a third-party consultant to study the structures and offer designs for the replacements. The planners hope to hold a meeting next month to discuss options and launch another public survey. Construction could begin in 2028 and estimated to cost $30 million. Many plants in Iowa City will be closed for Labor Day. Some
noticeable businesses closed for the day include Costco, the Iowa River Landing, the Iowa City Public Library, Animal Care, and Adoption Centers. All county offices, along with several others. An upside to this is that parking ramps will not be cashiered and parking meters will not be enforced today.
A new seat might be opening up in the Senate,
which is why Karch Smith is in the newsroom with the latest on Iowa politics.
Yes, guys, Joni Ernst, Iowa's Republican senator, might not run for re-election in 2026. Although she hasn't announced it herself, multiple sources have come forward claiming that she could possibly announce it within the next week. Ernst's decision could lead to a tight race that has drawn a large Democratic primary field. And Ernst made history in 2014, becoming the first woman from Iowa elected as senator. From one seat change to another, a shocking upset has happened in Iowa's District 1. Democrat Caitlin Drays defeated Republican Robert Prost in a special election on August 26th. This victory gives the Democrats greater power as the Republicans no longer have supermajority in the Senate.
We have seen a diversion of public dollars away from our public schools, and it is long past time that we fix that.
This win comes as a shock to some, as this district has historically gone Republican, with Trump winning by double digits in the 2024 election. Well, guys, there's a lot going on in politics, especially with midterm elections coming up. But for now, I'll send it back to the ladies at the desk.
Iowa City West High School was recently named the top high school in Iowa. DITV's Kabedi Mudamba takes us to West High to see what makes them number one.
Excellence is their tradition. That's what Iowa City West High Principal Mitch Gross and students will say when you ask them what makes their school so great.
Like, excellence isn't just a tradition, but it's really the bare minimum here.
West High has been named the best school in Iowa by U.S. News and World Report for the 4th year in a row. The school's emphasis on AP programs, high graduation rate, and a large number of students that are exceeding in math, reading, and science is what earned it that top ranking.
Yeah, I think it's the culture that we've created. You know, for example, AP classes aren't just for quote-unquote smart kids, they're for every single student.
Principal Gross believes that West High can compete not only with schools in the state, but also with other schools in the nation as a whole.
There's not a single high school in the country that is more diverse than we are, or that has a higher level of poverty than we have. So we're very, very proud of our diversity, and we're
The start of a new school year means new experiences, friends, and a first look into life as a Hawkeye.
That's right, Hannah. Students are moved in class just started, and that's why DITV's Liz Schultz caught up with first-year students during On Iowa Week to get a closer look at how the newest Hawkeyes are settling in.
Well, Hannah Grace, the class of 2029 tells me they're excited, a little nervous, but ready to start their college experiences. And from making friends in the dorms to football games and checking out campus events, they're already getting a taste of what it means to be a Hawkeye.
The University of Iowa kicked off the fall semester with On Iowa, a week-long celebration welcoming new students to Iowa City. First-year Brenaya Sutton says she's excited to get involved.
I want to do like intramural sports, tennis for sure. Definitely can meet a lot of new people there. I'm also really excited for my classes as well.
From kickoff at Kinnick to late nights at Hubbard Park, the week gave freshmen plenty to experience.
Yeah, I've met a lot of new people, especially like on my floor in my building.
The new Hawkeyes are quickly settling into dorm life. One freshman gave us an inside look to her new home.
We've had so many people come into our dorm this past few weeks with On Iowa and everything going on. We've met so many new people, so many friends. It's just been a really great experience.
Whether it's learning how to get around campus or making friends at events, On Iowa Week is helping the class of 2029 start their Hawkeye journey on the right foot.
And with the first week of classes knocked out, the new Hawkeyes tell me being on campus is starting to really feel like they're home away from home. We're wishing them a great school year. In studio, Liz Schultz, DITV.
Pumpkin spice is back. The popular fall drink and bakery item have returned at coffee shops all over the country. It's a fun way for students to enjoy the start of the new school year and the upcoming autumn season. Students say they're excited to enjoy the pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin bakery items, and drinks as sweet treats before class.
I like pumpkin spice because it's a fun seasonal drink, and you know that fall's coming when they release it.
The pumpkin items can be found at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and even McDonald's, along with other locally owned coffee shops in downtown Iowa City.
And things are brewing up in the entertainment scene. DITV's Annika Perez takes us behind the scenes of a movie that was filmed right here in Iowa City.
Church, where less than a month ago, a scene from the new movie Death of a Brewer was filmed.
The movie started filming on July 28, 2025, and is expected to wrap up
early this September. The filming took place in Iowa City and had resulted in multiple street closings for shooting. Death of a Brewer is based on a book titled Beer Money, A Tale of the Iowa City Beer Mafia by S.C. Sherman. The movie is written and directed by Makotsi Rakundo and is produced by Doug Alberhaski.
So it deals with the beer riots in Iowa City in 1884. It pits the 3 breweries along Market Street known as the Beer Mafia against the Sons of Temperance. And it led to the prosecutor for the Sons of Temperance being tarred and feathered.
The movie has relied on numerous community partners for shooting locations, including the City of Iowa City, St. Mary's Church, and the University of Iowa. For wardrobe, a local performing arts high school has donated their costume. Local community members were also invited to be extras in the film.
It was still a really fun and involved process. The scene they were filming that day was like an election scene. It was inside the old Capitol, actually, which was really cool.
Beyond just the actors, the PA production assistant stated it has been an amazing experience working with the crew and with an amazing director. The production sound mixer stated that the movie was one of the most rewarding challenges to work on. The movie will release on October 9th at the Great American Beer Festival in Denver, Colorado. I'm Monica Perez, DITV.
And coming up later, an Iowa coach ties a 47-year-old record, a breakout football star, and updates in field hockey, soccer, and volleyball. All that and more coming up right after the break.
Stories occur every day, and here at DITV, we've got you covered with up-to-date news and politics.
We are anxiously waiting for those votes for not only the national election, but here in District 1.
Community members protest and stand for science. Keeping highlights and scores with Hawkeye Sports.
Advancing to the quarterfinals, Iowa looks to boost their overall placement and their way into the semis.
It's Iowa's second road win of the season, first since September 21st.
And of course, all the latest in entertainment.
Sit back, relax, and here's the word on the street. I'm here at the Alan McVeigh Theater where a unique performance.
Here at DITV, we've got a crew bringing you all the stories from across the nation and right here in your backyard.
From the Iowa State Fair.
In Nashville, Tennessee.
From downtown Iowa City. From Carver Hawkeye Arena.
And bringing all the coverage straight to you live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Around the University of Iowa and Iowa City community, we have the stories that matter to you here at DITV.
Welcome back, and thank you for watching today. So, Grace, let's talk about how great this weekend was for you.
The weather was fantastic
Yes.
at the football game.
Yeah.
I will say I really enjoyed not having to sweat profusely while watching the Hawks play.
It was actually perfect fall football weather. It really got me in the feeling of being back at Iowa, being back at the football games. I was excited about it. What
This
about you?
is definitely my favorite time of the year, but let's send it back to Linda to get the full rundown for the rest of the week.
Well, guys, I'm hoping to see more sunny skies, but let's take a look out on the Pentacrest. Wednesday, sadly, will break that streak of partly cloudy skies with morning showers and thunderstorms. The high will reach the upper 70s. Thursday and Friday will be back to partly cloudy skies with a temperature in the high 60s. Saturday, we'll actually get the chance to see his sun while the temperature moves up to the 70s. It'll be a nice day to tan because I heard the UVs will hit 7. Lastly, Sunday we'll see partly cloudy skies once again with the temperatures in the 70s. These skies are nothing to be overcast about, so don't let them fog up your mind for classes this week. We'll get out of this haze eventually, but for now, I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Linda. Now, it was a great weekend to be a Hawkeye, and I'm excited for all these sports kicking off.
Yeah, guys, it feels so good to be back. We're getting back into the swing of things here with fall sports, and we started off in Kinnick Stadium, where the Iowa Hawkeyes opened up their season against the Albany Great Danes. And for head coach Kirk Ferentz, Saturday's game kicked off his 27th season as the head coach for the Hawks. And now Ferentz, with the 34-7 victory, now stands toe-to-toe with a college football icon. Ferentz picked up his 205th win as a head coach, which now ties legendary Ohio State head coach Woody Hayes for the most wins by a coach in the Big Ten Conference. Ferentz can break Hayes' record with a win in Ames next Saturday against the rival Iowa State Cyclones. After a costly injury for the Hawkeyes, an unlikely hero shined in his first career game at Kinnick Stadium. DITV Sports' Sam Kupris has the story.
Kamari Moulton, Iowa's highly anticipated sophomore starting running back, got out to a hot start versus UAlbany, rushing for 22 yards on his first 3 carries. but disaster would strike as an apparent upper body injury suffered in the first quarter would sideline Moulton for the rest of the game. Things did not look good for the Hawkeyes with their first-string running back going down. Iowa's running back room needed someone to step up and fast as the Hawkeyes offense was really struggling to get any momentum together. Enter redshirt freshman Xavier Williams. Williams exploded in the second quarter on Iowa's first touchdown drive. He had back-to-back rushes of 14 and 27 yards, then giving his team a 10-7 advantage by falling in for a 3-yard touchdown rush to cap off the drive. Williams, in his first game in Kinnick after being on the practice squad last year, tallied 11 rushes for 122 yards and a touchdown.
I mean, it was super exciting. That was a great way to kick it off for my first time being in Kinnick, so I couldn't have asked for a better start.
Gosh, he was awesome. I mean, he really stepped up. Kamari started off the game, but went down early, and X stepped up. He succeeded so well, and I'm so happy for him, so proud of him.
Xavier Williams was the talk of the town by his teammates for not just his play on the field, but also the size of his quads.
When you see how big his quads are, everyone's kind of afraid to hit him. So he's going to keep running hard for us, and he's going to have a great season.
Super physical back, right? I was talking about it, his quads are gigantic. So, like if you hit him, you got to get your pads low. Otherwise, it might not be too pretty.
The Hawkeyes will need another huge game from Quadzilla Xavier Williams next week as they take on their arch rival, the Iowa State Cyclones, in Ames, Iowa. From Kinnick Stadium, Sam Kupris, DITV Sports.
Thanks, Sam. The Iowa field hockey team took their first loss of the season yesterday against the North Carolina Tar Heels. The second-ranked Tar Heels downed the 15th-ranked Hawkeyes 4-1 in Iowa's second match of the season. The Hawks beat Wake Forest in their season opener 5-4 on Friday, starting their season off with a win, but now fall to 1-1 after their loss to UNC. Iowa soccer won their senior day match last night 3-0 against St. Louis. The number 10 ranked Hawks not only outscored the number 26 ranked Billikens, but also collected more shots and corners. This moves the Hawkeyes' record to now 3-1-1 after they started the season with a win 6th ranked Arkansas on the road and last went to Loyola Chicago, which ended in a scoreless tie. Iowa will now face Iowa State at home on Thursday for their annual blackout game. Now, guys, the first week of classes, it was so beautiful out, which made the game at Kinnick so much more enjoyable. The weather was perfect, like you guys already mentioned.
Definitely, definitely. So, Linda, what are we looking for the week ahead,
Well, guys, now that syllabus week is over and classes are starting to heat up, unlike the weather, but take a chance to go outside and utilize the outdoor spaces. Hubbard Park has a large field great for studying, but also soccer with friends. Sometimes the Street Hawk food truck is there for a bite to eat in the sun. Shout out to those living on the west side of campus. You have grassy fields outside of the dorms to soak up the sun before it gets too cold. Some restaurants downtown also have some fun outside seating. Nothing beats great food and great weather. Personally, I'm gonna be enjoying those last bits of summer before we head off to the cooler seasons.
Well, thanks for that rundown, Linda. And before we get going, a children's hospital in London has uncovered a time capsule from 1991 that was buried by Princess Diana. The sealed items were meant to represent life in the 1990s and included a solar-powered calculator, a pocket-sized television, and a Kylie Minogue CD. The time capsule was dug up earlier than expected to make way for the construction of a new cancer center. Thank you so much for joining us on DITV.
We are here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and online anytime at thedailyiowan.com.
We'll see you again on Wednesday morning right here on DITV.
For everyone here at DITV, thanks for watching and happy Labor Day.